Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva naruttamam devim saraswatim vyasam tado jayam mudiraye nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata-sevayā bhagavati uttamashloke bhaktir bhavati neshtaki आराध्यो भगवान् व्रजेशतनयस् तद्धधाम वृन्दावनम् रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधूवर्गेण वा कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेमापमार्थो महान् श्रीचैतन्यमहाप्रभुर्मतमिदं तत्रादरानापरा नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिनि नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 10, Chapter 43, entitled Krishna Kills the Elephant, Kuvalya. Thank you, Shital Mataji, Priti Mataji, for joining. Who's joining through Oppo phone or app? Who's this? Can you please share your name? Okay. Nonetheless, we welcome you. Thank you for your kind association. So we have read till text number 14 in the last reading, that how Krishna, as he was entering the wrestling arena, this huge Kuvalya was there, and he charged upon the Supreme Lord to kill him as per the plan of the Supreme Lord, as per the plan of Krishna, Kamsa. But Krishna was first playing with the elephant, and finally, after some play, he killed him. So we have read that, and then Krishna pulled his tusk and like a mighty lion killed the elephant and his keepers as well. So we're going to read from text number 15 onwards today. And we see how the Mathuravasis reacted upon seeing Krishna in the wrestling arena. So text 15 to 30, that's the theme. How the Mathuravasis reacted when they saw the two lords, Krishna and Balaram, enter the arena. Mritikam dvipam utsrijya dantapani samavishat amsanyasta vishano shrin mada bindubhir ankita viruddha sweda kanika vadanam buruhu babhu. Translation by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Leaving the dead elephant aside, Lord Krishna held on to the tusk and entered the wrestling arena. With the tusk resting on his shoulder, drops of elephant's blood and sweat sprinkled all over him, and his lotus face covered with the fine drops of his own perspiration. The Lord shone with great beauty. So quite straightforward here. Now, like a majestic lion who has ripped apart this huge elephant and broke his tusk and carrying like a mace on his shoulder, like a Kshatriya. And it's the elephant's blood, his face or forehead. They're fine, yeah. His lotus feet covered with fine drops of his own perspiration and blood sprinkled over him. So this is the Kshatriya Bhava or the chivalry spirit we see. Let's see if there is any additional. Okay, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur does mention something. Fine particles of her perspiration were like dewdrops on Krishna's lotus face. Krishna's body glistened with beauty and appeared as the epitome of Virya Rasa, chivalry or heroism. Any other comments here? Okay, let's move on and see what happens further from text, from the next verse, which is text 16. Anyone would like to read this?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read.
Yes, please.
वृत्तौ गोपे कतिपयैर्बलदेवा जनार्दनौ रङ्गं विविश्यतु राजन् गजदन्तावरायुधौ. Translation. My dear King, Lord Baldev and Lord Janardhan, each carrying one of the elephant's tusks as his chosen weapon, entered the arena with several cowherd boys. Hare Krishna. So it's pretty straightforward that Lord Baldev and Lord Janardhan, both Krishna and Balram, each were carrying one of the elephants, one of the tusks. So out of the two tusks of the elephant, one each they were carrying, and they entered the arena with several cowherd boys. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice. Thank you. So here comes a very, very important verse and a long one too. Let's read it. Anyone wants to read?
I can read through
Yes, ma'am.
17th, right? Okay. That's a famous words. Mallanam Ashnir Niram Narvara Strinam Smero Murtiman Gopanam Swajano Satam Shiti Bhujam Shast Swapitru Sishu Mrityor Bhojapatir Virad Avida Avidusham Tattvam Param Yoginam Vrishinam Par Devateti Vidito Rangam Gata Sagraja. Translation. The various groups of people in the arena regarded Krishna in different ways when he entered it with his elder brother. The wrestlers saw Krishna as a lightning bolt, the men of Mathura as the best of males, the women as Cupid in person, the cowherd men as their relative, the impious rulers as a chastiser, his parents as their child, the king of the Bhojas as death, the unintelligent as the Supreme Lord's universal form, the yogis as the absolute truth, and the Vrishnis as their supreme worshipable deity. Purport. Srila Sridhar Swami quote the following verse, which explains the 10 attitude towards Krishna described here. Rodro adbhut sa shringaro, hasyam veer daya tatha, bhayankascha vibhatsa, shanta sa prem bhaktika. There are 10 different moods: furry, wonder, conjugal attraction, laughter, chivalry, mercy, terror, ghastliness, peaceful neutrality, and loving devotion. Shri Vishnu Chakravarti points out that people like wrestlers, cunts, and impious rulers perceive Krishna as dangerous, angry, or threatening because they fail to understand the actual position of the personality of Godhead. Actually, Lord Krishna is everyone's friend and well wisher, but because we rebel against him, he chastises us, and thus we may perceive him as threatening Krishna. Or God is actually merciful when he punishes us. That is also his mercy. Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur quotes the following Vedic mantras: Raso vai sa rasam hi evayam, labdha, labdhvanandi bhavati. He himself is rasa, the taste or mellows of a particular relationship, and certainly one who achieves this rasa become anandi, filled with bliss. Shla Bhakti Saraswati quotes further words to explain the word rasa. Um, vyatitya, vyatitya bhavana vartama yaschama kar bhar bhu ridhi sattva barham swadate saraso mataha. That which is beyond imagination, heavy with wonder, relished in the heart shining with goodness, is known as rasa. As Srila Rupa Goswami elaborately explains in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there are five main rasas: neutrality, servitude, friendship, parental love, and conjugal love, and seven secondary rasas: amazement, humor, chivalry, compassion, fury, fear, and dread. Thus, altogether, there are 12 rasas, and the supreme object of them all is Sri Krishna himself. In other words, our love and affection are actually meant for Sri Krishna. Unfortunately, out of ignorance, we stubbornly try to squeeze happiness and love out of material happiness, which are not directly connected to Krishna, and thus life becomes a constant frustration. The solution is simple: surrender to Krishna, love Krishna's devotee, and be happy forever. Very nice statement Prabhupada writes in the end that unfortunately, out of ignorance, we're squeezing happiness like chewed being chewed. It's already there. We know that there is no happiness, but the problem, and that is the reason that life becomes a constant frustration. And the solution is simple, which is surrender to Krishna, love Krishna, and be happy. And of course, Krishna's devotees, because Krishna says that if you love me, you are not my devotee. But if you love my devotee, then you are my devotee. So Krishna loves that. He always give the credit to the devotees. And many places we have seen that how Krishna wanted to glorify their own devotees. So yeah, this verse is quoted by Prabhupada also, that yes, I mean, Krishna is the one who is entering in the arena, but according to their own consciousness, people are watching Krishna, like somebody see Krishna as their death, like Kansa, Hiranyakashipu, these are seeing Krishna as their death, but the men are seeing that, oh, Krishna is the best of men. So according, the main thing is that whatever consciousness we have, in that consciousness we see the world. We see that if we wear a glass of red glasses, then you see the world as red. It doesn't mean that the world is red or everything is red. Is the our consciousness, our eyes is covered with that same kind of emotions, and then that's why we see the world like this. Krishna is, sometimes people can say that, oh, Krishna is partial, but Krishna is not partial. Krishna is equal to everyone. He says that, Prabhupada writes here, that Krishna, whatever Krishna does, it does for our good. If he kills, because we are stubborn, we think like that, oh, without Krishna we can be happy. We don't understand the actual position of the Lord, and we don't understand the our constitution position. And unless one is not in their own constitution position, one cannot be happy. We have an example of Gajendra was a very powerful elephant, and he was not in their constitution position because he was a land animal, and he was in the water. Although crocodile was um, compared to elephant, Gajendra, he's very small, but he was in his own constitution position. That's why he was powerful. So our constitutional position is Jivera Sarup Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. So once we know, don't understand the position of the Lord and the position of ourselves, then we cannot be happy. So sometimes Krishna has to come and chastise the souls, conditioned souls, in the form of, like, miseries. And of course, this material world is the form of energy of the Lord, and that is his job, that to create some obstacles in the material happiness, and time to time giving miseries, so one can turn back to Krishna, and one can understand that in this world there is no happiness. It is like a mirage, like Prahlad Maharaj is saying, that in the desert, in the mirage, there is no happiness, but there is a happiness somewhere else. But we are finding happiness in a wrong place. So we are not happy. Other point was thinking that rasas is talking about the rasas. So yeah, somebody is in like this in this verse, that somebody in the parental mood, so they are thinking Krishna as their child, or as somebody is in the conjugal mood, the gopis, and so Krishna attracts them in a conjugal relationship. So similarly, there are five primary rasas and other secondary rasas. So somebody is, chivalry, anger, fear, like that. So these are all rasas also there, secondary rasas. And according to their mood, we perceive the Lord, and Krishna also reciprocate with the same mood. Yathamam prapadne tamste bhajameham. If whatever mood and how much we surrender to the Lord, Krishna reciprocate accordingly. So yeah, if we serve Krishna, and whatever mood, and Krishna reciprocates. So Krishna is always equal to everyone, but according to our, stubborn nature. I like this statement Prabhupada makes, that since we are in ignorance, we are stubborn, that we are thinking that, oh, no, no, there is happiness, something this way, that way, maybe you can find. But like very nice lecture that you shared, Prabhu, is also talking about that we're trying to solve the problem, material solution, but there is no solution without spirituality. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, Prabhu. I spoke a little more. Thank
Well, thank you. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing your thoughts and so many wonderful points. There's a beautiful doha in Tulsidas's Jaki rahi bhavana jaisi prabhu murat dekhi tan vaisi. Similar to what Bhagavad Gita is saying, ye tha mam prapadyanti tamsa. In short, how we approach Lord, the Lord will reciprocate accordingly. The famous story, we may have heard this, that one time there was a person who was offering incense to the Lord, but doing it more ritualistically, not having faith in the deity form of the Lord. And then he got, frustrated that, Lord is not reciprocating. And he said, it's been like 2 years. I've burned so many, I've almost 2,000 rupees of incense I have burned, but the Lord is not reciprocating. And, today I'm going to put some cotton buds in Lord's nose, so he does not smell the nice fragrance. And as soon as he did that, the Lord approached and appeared that today you considered me like a person. Earlier you were just treating me like a stone, so I was stone. So here we see there are different kinds of people, and I've shared this nice table by ISKCON Darshan Prabhu. Mallanam Ashne, the wrestlers, they saw Krishna like a lightning bolt. The rasa is Virya rasa. You all can see this, right? The table. Be better now. Nrinam Nara Varaha. The men were seeing like the best of males. Vismaya Ras. The Stris, the women, Smaro Murtiman. The Cupid personified has come, seeing the Madhurya Ras. Gopanam Swajano. The Gopas, the cowherd boys, they were saying, oh, our friend has come. Sakhya, Hasya, then joking with him. Asatam, Shiti Bhujam, Shasta, the empire's rulers were saying, oh, he's going to chastise us. They were fearful, like Kamsa and others. Raudra, shock, fear. Swapitro Shishuhu, his parents or parent-like devotees, they were saying, oh, our child has come. So Karuna, Vatsalya Rasa. Mrityur Bhojapatir, oh, Sakshat death. Bhojapatir, Kamsa thought the death personified Bhayanaka. He was shocked, fearful. Virad, Avi, Dusam, unintelligent. They were seeing the universal form, Vibhatsa. Tattvam Param Yoginam. The yogis were seeing the absolute truth, Shantya, neutrality, Vrishninam Paradev Pateti. The Vrishnis were seeing a worshipable deity, so Dasya. Various groups of people in Kamsa's wrestling arena regarded Krishna in different ways when he entered it with his elder brother, Balaram. So that's what we see here. How do we approach Krishna? That's also something we can introspect. Do I approach Krishna because if I don't do so, my mom will yell at me, right? The kids sometimes chant mala, otherwise the parents will yell at them, right? I take kids classes, so there is some kind of fear. Or do I approach because I want to get a new job, new home, new car, new wife, new husband, or wife or husband, not new children, material things, other things, followers? Or do I approach Krishna because more I am on the duty? My guru has told me, so I must do it. Or do I approach because Krishna is my life and soul? He's my everything, and it's my karma, dharma, and marma. Action, duty, and marma is the essence. Interesting. Karma, dharma, marma. To do it, I chant out of love. I chant to serve. I chant not to beg for things. I read Bhagavatam not because if I don't read, then my teachers are going to yell at me. Hey, why you don't? And Shubhlas Prabhu is going to ask, hey, why you didn't show up for the class? I mean, in the beginning, it's fine. We may, the guru may yell at us or chastise us, but eventually we should try to come at a higher platform of seeing Krishna or building our relationship, not out of fear, not out of reward, not out of duty, but eventually so fear, reward, duty, and love. These. So something to introspect. How do I see Krishna? Do I have faith that the deity is not just some wood or metal, but Krishna himself? That's something to introspect. Vishnu Thakur mentions a long purport here, almost one page. These are, would you like to hear, or I think we already did quite a bit discussion. So, though sugar candy, I'll read just a few lines. Though sugar candy is bitter, sorry, sugar candy is sweet, it tastes bitter to one with jaundice. Classic example given. Though Krishna's form was seen by the wrestlers and others similarly inclined spectators, they did not see the real form of a rasa swarupa of the Lord, but rather experienced rasa bhasa. Why? Because their heart was not pure, right? The heart is not pure. If we have the jaundice, sugar candy appears bitter, not because of the sugar or sugarcane juice, because of the diseased person. For the men of Mathura who were non-envious from the very birth, they endowed with a generalized mood of pure love. Krishna appeared as the Okay, I'll ask questions also now. So to the men of Mathura, Krishna appeared as? Come on. You just read 2-3 times. Okay, I'll give you options.
Best of meals.
Best of the males, best of the men. Very nice. Possessing the most excellent qualities. So what was their special quality? They were non-envious. Because the minds of these men were situated in pure goodness, they appreciated Krishna's true identity as the best of the males and relished the mellow of Vismaya rasa. Vismaya means astonished. Hmm. The young women of Mathura, who, without any trace of material lust and full of prema, appreciated Krishna's true identity as the original, what's the word? As the original, fill in the blank, Cupid. Therefore, within their hearts, Krishna manifested the mood of which rasa? Mood of dash affection,
Conjugal.
conjugal, ujjwal rasa, madhurya rasa. Hmm. The cowherd boys appreciated Krishna's true identity, his Swarupa, as their intimate friend. So the Sakya rasa or Hasya rasa was predominant. And the parents, Nanda, Vasudev, Devaki, etc., appreciated Krishna as the child. So Vatsalya rasa. Kamsa saw him as death personified. Krishna, who is a stream of sweet, intoxicating nectar. Beautiful line. I'll repeat it. Krishna, who is a stream of sweet, intoxicating nectar, does not have a swarup of death. Thus, Kamsa did not really taste Krishna, but simply got a reflection of his transcendental taste, rasa bhasa. So, in short, the holy name is also like a stream of sweet, intoxicating nectar. Bhagavatam is said to be as Nigama Kalpatarur Galitam Palam Shuka Mukhad Amrita Dravya Samyutam Pibata Bhagavatam Rasam Alayam Muhur Aho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavuk. But sometimes, it appears bitter. Why should I spend my time to chant, to read, to go to temple? That means we are not really experiencing the holy name Bhagavatam Krishna. Why? Because of our jaundiced infection. Like Kamsa was infected, he had envy. To Kamsa's ignorant priests and other offenders, he appeared just like an ordinary person. Avjananti mam mudha manusham tanum ashritam, just like an ordinary person, right? What kind of lord is he? Stealing others' garments, stealing, you know, slaughtering cows. Like he's saying slaughtering cows. Because Krishna killed Vatsasura, right? So, indeed, even now his limbs are contaminated with bones and blood of some living being because he had just killed Kovalyapida and his carriers. You see, he's like a monster, right? Killing innocent people. They didn't know probably the Kamsa was the one, who had arranged all this. Thus, Krishna is most repulsive to look at. Since such extremely sinful blasphemers who were unintelligent and more fallen than demons like Kamsa had no attraction for Krishna, their mood was rasabhas of ghastliness, vibhatsa. For the yogis such as Sanaka, Krishna was the supreme truth, the Parabrahman. Shanti rasa is there. So in short, this is a important classic verse on how different people see Krishna differently. Important verse. Even if we can't remember the Sanskrit, but at least we can remember some of the English aspect. Who is going to help to do a quick revision? How in English, how different people saw someone besides Preeti Mataji, because she read. Generally, who reads recollects the most. That's my observation and experience. I would like someone else to share in English without seeing the book or other sources. Who all saw Krishna and in what form they saw the Supreme Lord?
The woman saw as Krishna as Cupid.
Is Cupid their supreme object of love in the Madhurya Rasa, conjugal love? Very nice. Yes.
Yoga Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam Prabhu. Yogis saw Krishna as absolute truth, and
Parabrahman, Shantirasa.
Kamsa, Hiranyakashipu, they saw him as their enemy. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Kamsa, yeah. Hiranyakashipu is not in this Leela for now.
No.
Kamsa saw as death
Death.
personified.
Death person.
Death personified. Hare Krishna.
Because of his envy, because of the disease of jaundice. Very nice. Who else was there? Everyone, please participate, share at least one.
Male of Mathura.
Males of Mathura, okay. How did you see?
As the best of men.
The best of the men, yes, they were non-envious. So they were seeing Krishna with all the divine qualities, right? Very nice. Who else was there?
I joined late, Prabhu, just few minutes back.
Okay, no worries, Mataji. Anyone else?
Another one.
Oh, I'm
Chitra
sorry.
Mataji?
Go ahead,
Yes.
Mataji. Parents saw as like merciful, like with mercy, or with the
With
parents.
mercy and as a child. So Nanda, Devaki, Vasudeva, etc. Very nice. Vatsalya Rasa, Karuna.
There is another one, Prabhuji, wrestler. I don't recall the proper word. How they saw.
The wrestlers. How did the wrestlers saw this Mallanam?
Raudra, fury.
Virya, there's a mountain, like a lightning bolt they saw. So, okay, who else? The friends, the cowherd boys, Gopa Nam Swajano. How did the Gopas see Krishna?
As their friend, Prabhu.
As the friend, Sakya. Okay, I think we covered almost all. So they are intelligent, they saw like universal form, the yogis, Sanakadi, Shantirasa, the Vrishnis as the worshipable deity. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10. So your homework is to share this with your friend or husband, wife, children, anyone. Share at least 8. And if you need help, you can refer. But share how different people saw. Explain this verse to someone between today and tomorrow. Explain this verse to someone. Read it, the translation. I mean, everything is there in a tabular form. And why they saw differently. So it will be very nice if you explain this to someone. It will help you to recollect. It's direct remembrance of Krishna and it will go deeper in our heart. So this is text 17 of chapter 43. Okay, with that, let's move on. Text 18, anyone?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll try to. हतं कुवलया पीडं दृष्ट्वा तावापि दुर्जयो कंसो मनसोऽपि तदा वृषम् उद्बीजे नृप. Translation by the disciple of His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When Kamsa saw the Kovalya Pida was dead and the two brothers were invisible, he was overwhelmed with anxiety. O king. So here, Prabhuji, no material power can stand against the Lord's supreme power. I can see because Kansa was there, but he could not do anything.
Very nice. So he saw this thing. Now Kamsa is practically seeing Krishna maybe first time. And his very powerful elephant is gone, right? Kolapida is dead. So he was shocked and in anxiety and in confused, bewildered. Vijay. He became very, very anxious. Text 19. Anyone was not read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
To rajato ranga gato mahabhujo vichitra veshabharana swarga ambaro yata nata utama vesadarino mana kishipanto prabhaya niriksatam. Translation, meaning by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhu Ki Jai. Arrayed with variegated ornaments, garlands, and garments, just like a pair of excellently costumed actors, the two mighty armed lords shone splendidly in the arena. Indeed, they overpowered the minds of all the onlookers with their effulgences. Prabhu, I can correlate this with Bhagavad Gita. Like the Lord, Supreme Lord is the most powerful, the effulgence is the most. So everybody was like astounded by seeing the effulgence of the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely you read and explained, so it's quite straightforward. He attracted. Krishna is Sarva Akarshana. No, he's all attractive. So he overpowered the minds of everyone with it's like he's a young boy, but so beautiful, so powerful, so handsome, curly locks of hairs, and majestically like a lion entering with blood, and of course it's all beautiful. It's with perspiration. Generally, when a person is sweating, they don't look really beautiful. But Krishna, it is mentioned these are like dewdrops on the lotus petal. It looks beautiful. If we are imagine the ordinary person after a fight, their hairs will be disheveled and running all in all places. There will be in dust and dirt and sweat, and they won't look beautiful or effulgent. But Krishna, all those add to his beauty. Rather, as we have read, when ornaments come on the body of the Supreme Lord, ornaments become more beautiful. Text 20. Who is not read, please?
Sure, Prabhu. Nirikshaya tava uttama purushau jana manchas sthita nagara rastraka nripa paraharsa vego kalite kshanananta papurnatrupa nayanasi tad anam. Translation by the disciples of Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O King, as the citizens of the city and the people from outlying districts gazed upon those two supreme personalities from their seats in the galleries, the force of the people's happiness caused their eyes to open wide and their faces to blossom. They drank in the vision of the Lord's faces without becoming satiated. Thank you, Prabhu.
So poetic, right? Everyone, the people, there are thousands of people there. They're sitting in this stadium. There comes Krishna and Balaram right in the middle. Imagine the whole stadium is full of people. Their eyes are opening wide, and their faces are very happy. It's mentioned that it opened like a lotus blooms up. When it's sunrise, the lotus naturally blooms up, opens up, right? We have all seen this. In the dark, the lotus, is collapses. I don't know what the right word is, and then shrinks, and then it blossoms in the sunrise. So similarly, people's eyes, and they were all blossoming. Why? Because they were drinking. What they were drinking? What beverage they were drinking? Pop quiz. They were drinking with their eyes. Okay, what were they drinking? They were drinking the nectar of Krishna's beauty with their eyes. This means Netrotsav. They were having Krishna's, they drank in the vision of the Lord's faces without becoming satiated. Satiated matlab? What does it mean? No satisfaction, right? So in bhakti, when one does, let's say, chanting, it should lead to more chanting. Material life, we should be satisfied, as said in the Bhagavad Gita. In Chanakya Pandit says there are three things which you should be satisfied with. Anyone knows? What are the three things which you should be satisfied with? One is wealth. Who can guess another one? Number one is wealth. We should be happy and satisfied with one's wealth, income. Number two is wife or spouse, husband or husband, wife or wife, husband. One should not compare, oh, I should have salary like him, oh, I should have wife like him, or my husband should be like him, or, it is not healthy, not good. And there is no end to it. There'll always be a person who earns more than us. There'll always be a wife or a husband who has better qualities, right? We should not compare. I'm not perfect. We should understand that it's all Krishna's arrangement meant for our best. And number three, sorry, bhojanam. One should be satisfied with, in short, simple living, high thinking. Santushto yasya bharya cha, santushto yasya bhojanam, santushto yasya vittam cha, sa swargepi na dukkhitaha. One who is content with his spouse, his food, his wealth, such a person remains happy even if he lives on earth. So what are the three things? Anyone recalls?
Wealth, spouse, and bhojan.
Very nice. That doesn't mean that, oh, Krishna has provided, I can afford non-veg food, so I'll just buy that and be happy. One should. That's not the meaning here. In short, if we get sometimes if there is just khichdi prasad left for us, okay, we'll happily take that. Based on health situations, we should be mindful. And today is Ekadashi. Ekadashi also. Now, what are the three things one should not be satisfied? And of course, Nityaṁ is, there are many things which are not at the transcendental level, but still at a practical human level, they are very, very powerful. What are the three things one should not be satisfied with?
Bhakti Prabhu, Hare Krishna, we should aspire for more and more bhakti.
Very nice. That's so true. And that's what we see here, that they were not satiated. They were seeing Krishna's darshan. So this is at a transcendental level, right? That one should never be satisfied. Oh, I have done 16 rounds. Prabhupada said chant 24/7. Oh, I have done Govardhan Parikrama 10 times. I'm so fortunate. I'm so great. Oh, I have read Gita once. Wonderful. Now I don't ever open it. The more we do, the more it will intensify our greed, satiation, without satiation. So material life, one should be satisfied with what one has in bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Swadhyay, Seva, Sadhana. One should not be satiated. That's the point here. That's how I connected. So very nice on a transcendental level, absolutely correct. What else on a more material, practical level?
Knowledge.
Knowledge, yes. Na santosham vidyat vidyasu. Knowledge. Knowledge, not just material knowledge. We're not talking about physics, maths. In one way, that's also not bad, right? For a student, especially when is in a student learning phase. But we should strive for spiritual knowledge. We should always be a student, always be learning. Number two, na santosham dana, giving charity. One should not feel, oh, I've given X dollars. Now that's too much. Now I'm done for the whole lifetime. One should always feel that, may Krishna empower me to do more. May Krishna bless me with more, with the bigger heart, so I can do more. And tapasa. Tapas here means effort, discipline, austerity. So vidya, dana, and tapas. Vidya, knowledge, dana, charity, and tapas. Tapas is effort, discipline. And be content with spouse, wealth, and food. Back to the transcendental verse, the gopis or the other people there, they were just drinking. So when we also get chance to see Krishna's form, as Vishishka Prabhu mentioned that sometimes, when he was in Chicago, people would used to come and see the beautiful form of Kishore Kishori, and they would just sit and just absorb in seeing Krishna. and just be so happy. This is transcendental meditation, and I'm sure all of us may have experienced that, just seeing the beautiful form of the Lord. If you have deities at home, try to see them a few times a day at least. Even if you have pictures, try to see them a few times. Just stand there, sit there, just spend a few minutes at least just seeing their form. For prayers, you can do other things, but just seeing them is like drinking the nectar of their beauty through the medium of our eyes. Papuhu, it said, they were drinking this transcendental nectar. They drank, and they were not triptaha nayanai. Their eyes were like. Therefore, Rupa Goswami says, right? I wish I have thousands of eyes to see Krishna. I have thousands of ears to hear the holy name. That's the mood of our acharyas, out of love, devotion, bhakti. Any other thoughts, comments here in this context or the topic of satisfaction? Okay, talking about drinking, there's one more verse. Ashish Prabhu has also joined. Thank you, Ashish Prabhu. You are in Japan?
Yes, Prabhu, it's morning here, so I joined. I was able to join here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for organizing this.
Would you like to read this text on the screen?
Yes, Prabhu. Okay. So I will read the shlok 21-22. Okay. So it says sorry, 1 second. The screen went away. Okay, yeah. Now it's coming. Yeah. So it says so it says Pibanta iva chakshur lihanta iva jivaya jigranta iva nasabhyam श्लिष्यन्त इव बाहुभिः उचुः परस्परं ते वै यथा दृष्टं यथा श्रुतं तद्रूपा गुणमाधुर्य प्रागल्भ्य स्मारेता इव. Okay, should I read the translation also, Prabhu?
Sure.
Okay. The people seem to be drinking Krishna and Balram with their eyes, licking them with their tongues, and smelling them with their nostrils, and embracing them with their arms, reminded of the Lord's beauty, character, charm, and bravery. The members of the audience began describing these features to one another according to what they had seen and heard.
You can read the purport also.
Sure. Naturally, those who assembled in Mathura for the wrestling festival had heard the latest news of Krishna and Balram's adventure in the city, how the lords had broken the sacrificial bow, defeated the police, and killed the elephant Kovalya Pida. And now that the people were seeing Krishna and Balram enter the arena, their greatest expectations were confirmed. Krishna is the embodiment of all beauty, fame, and opulence, and therefore those assembled in the wrestling arena became fully satisfied by glorifying what they had heard of him and were now seeing.
Thank you so much, Ashish Prabhu, for this beautiful verse, reading this beautiful verse. It's so poetic also, right? As the drinking continues. Pibanta chakshur. They are drinking with their eyes and licking with their tongue. Lihanta jiva vaya. There are different types of food, right? There are food which are licked, right? Like sometimes amla candy or some kind of. So they're licking with their tongue. And what are they doing? Smelling with their nasabhyam, smelling with their nostrils. Shlishyantaha, they are embracing. How? With their bahubi, with their arms. And uchuhu, they're speaking with one another. So you see, engaging all their senses. their eyes, their nose, their tongue, their speech in completely thinking, embracing, feeling, smelling Krishna. This is how Shukdev Goswami is explaining this. Such a beautiful verse, and in a very, very poetic way also. How Mathura Vasis relish Krishna's beauty. They began to speak, so using nose, eyes, ears, and then mouth, they began to speak how they had seen breaking the bow and heard lifting of the Govardhan hill, but not in any chronological order. Krishna's body was very attractive with this bluish black color mixed with red blood. Imagine bluish black color with red blood. And the elephant tusk, the white tusk in his hand. They remembered Krishna's qualities of heroism. Matchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Which verse is this in the Bhagavad Gita? Who knows? Anyone? In this Chatushloki, the 4 key verses of Bhagavad Gita. This is the verse that great devotees take pleasure in discussing about me. The gopis were always discussing about Krishna. Here, everyone else is speaking with each other about Krishna. So I was taking this course, The Art of Studying and Teaching Scriptures, is because Gauranga Darshan Prabhu was mentioning that we should always keep this culture of having Krishna Katha as the center. Sometimes, with no offense to anyone, sometimes the class may get over, right? Let's say there's a kirtan, there is class, and then the class is over, then there is some other kirtan, arti, and then prasadam. That's a typical program in almost all parts of ISKCON. But what happens after the program? There is 2-3 hours, sometimes I have noticed 2-3 hours of conversations and conversations and conversation which has nothing to do with Krishna consciousness. Ishtagoshti is fine, exchanging greetings about health, well-being, work, family, health. Those are important and nice as friends. But it should not be that hours have passed, and there is no, everything else, because the conditioned mind likes Gramya Katha. Conditioned mind, which all of us, especially myself, does not have a natural inclination towards Krishna Katha. So we have to make sure we bring the topic back. We bring it back to Krishna Katha. Yes, we should ask about people's well-being. Yes, we should care about their health, job, work, kids. Ask about those things genuinely from the heart. Try to understand, try to help serve each other, try to support. But at the same time, not forget about Krishna. This is what the Brajvasis are teaching us by their example. They were describing Govardhan Leela, the bow breaking pastime. They're remembering Krishna's laughter, sweetness, sidelong glances, breaking the bow, and they have heard all of this. This is a beautiful point here. Yatha drishtam, yatha shrutam. As they had seen, as they had heard. Important point to note here. Yatha drishtam, yatha shrutam. So basically, speaking as it is, Bhagavad Gita, yatha tatha, right? As there's a word. Whatever we have heard, yatha shrutam, we should try to repeat it. Not trying to speculate. It's also an important verse. Whatever we have heard from Guru Sadhu Shastra, we should try to repeat. Tadrupa guna madhurya prag pragalabhyas marit smarita eva. Uchuhu, they spoke parasparanukathanam with each other. As they had heard, as they had seen, they tried to describe. So one should not feel, oh, I am a new person in ISKCON. What can I say about Krishna to anyone? Prabhupada said, you share what you have learned. Yatha Shrutam. You have heard one verse about Krishna today, text 17, you tell that to someone. The books are easily available. No one can say, well, I don't have books. You can just read as it is, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. You tell to your friends, neighbors, husband, wife, kids, etc. Yatha Mati, right? In other words, is also shared, like the crows, they can fly a certain range, right? But there are birds which can fly 10x range, higher in the sky. But Yathamati, that's fine. Some birds can fly only 10 feet, some 100 feet, some 10,000 feet, maybe some 100,000 feet also. I don't know. So we should not see, oh, for example, if I say, oh, I cannot give class like, or let's put it this way, I cannot cook nice bhoga like how Ruby Mataji cooks. I cannot make nice garland like how Shital Mataji makes. That means I'm not going to cook ever. I'm not going to make ever a garland. Well, Krishna may have blessed them with special mercy, skill. They can do much better. But I can do my insignificant part, even if it is a plain khichdi, and then try to get better. So everyone has been given different capacity to speak Krishna Katha, to do different services. So we should, rather than comparing, take inspiration. And yatha mati, yatha drishtam, yatha shrutam. We should try to explain, share. Okay, I think it's time for today. Any thoughts, comments, questions anyone has? Okay, so we'll pause here for today and continue next day. Next day, which means Monday. Today is Ekadashi also, so I hope you're all having a wonderful Ekadashi as well. Thank you so much for your kind association in reading and hearing together. Grantra Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai, Guru Prabhupada ki jai, Samved Kaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vajitana bhavani Vaishnavibhyo. Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.